Spencer.
And we are two besties bonding over books.
Woo! Love it. Thank you for joining us this week for Booked and Busy.
Welcome to February.
Yes. I didn't think we'd ever get here.
It was a long January.
It was a very long and cold January.
I wore pink for February, and you're in red. We're very Valentine's coded.
Love it. Love it. Here for it. It's Kristen's birthday month.
I get a whole month, yes, that is correct.
Yep. Valentine's baby. Here for it. That's where we're on things.
33.
Woohoo! Yeah. Oh, hey,
Her favorite time.
How even of that? Nice.
It's your favorite time of the year, too.
My favorite time of year because for 2 months, Kristen is 2 years older than me. And it's so fun.
Just an old hag here for 2 months.
Just so fun. It's only for 2 months.
But she does milk it. She's like...
I do, like, legit.
Like, I'm not that old yet.
Yeah, like, you're 33. I'm still 30. Still 31.
Says this one who always forgets how old she is, though, too.
Somebody literally asked me the other day, and I honestly have to think about it. Because I almost said 32, and I was like, shh.
She's surrounded by, I guess, older ladies.
Yeah, I'm the younger one, so I always... In my mind, round up,
age, yeah.
And I literally almost told somebody 32 the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, I almost just, like, gave myself a year! Ugh, tragic.
So sad.
Anyway, to rapid fire.
Rapid fire. Oh, fire.
What are you watching?
Oh, I just started watching Severance. I got Apple TV specifically to watch it, and it is phenomenal. It's everything they say it is.
I hear great things.
It's just so good and, like, so smart. Yeah. And then, like, Adam Scott's so great.
Yeah.
I love him. And so it's, like, funny and it's, like, kind of, like, twisted and it's just so good. And it's, and, like, the episodes, it's, like, the first season was 9 episodes, I think, and the third episode of the second season just released yesterday, so.
Oh, okay, so it's not all out yet. I don't think I realized that.
It's releasing weekly.
Oh, maybe I'll catch up on it then.
Yeah, what about you?
What am I watching right now? I tried to start a Discovery of Witches, not Discovery of Witches, Mayfair Witches.
Oh, I watched the first season of that.
Yeah. I tried to start it the other day, and I don't think I wasn't in the mood for it. You know, you just gotta be in the mood for something like that. And so I haven't went back to it, but it's like something I want to start watching.
I like the girl.
Yes.
Dario. I can't think of her first name.
Andrea. And I can't think
Alexandra.
I can't think what else she's in. She's in stuff.
She's in Percy Jackson. She's Annabeth Chase. She's in a lot of stuff though. That's one of her earlier roles.
Oh.
Not like the series, like the movie.
Oh, the movie. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was like, I don't remember her in Percy Jackson.
And her brother is also an actor, and he's in like
I knew that.
He's in City of Bones. What's it called? Shadowhunters series from ABC. Do you remember that?
Oh, vaguely. I mean, I didn't watch it, but I remember it. I remember it.
Yeah, he's the one of the main characters in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to give it another.
Yeah, it's good. It's also like a little darker.
That's why I wasn't expecting it to be that dark.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like on the same par as Discovery of Witches, but it was darker, and I was like, ooh, I don't know if I'm in the mood for
this. It's like less about magic and more about like family.
Yeah.
Like, it's very Louisiana, like magic.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
kind of thing. But it is good.
Yeah.
And it did get renewed for a second season. That they're like filming it now.
Oh, nice. That's good to know. Some more content.
Yeah, and it's like based on like Anne Rice's book, so she's like the one that did Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah,
which is also darker, so it makes sense.
That's fair.
Yeah, lots of TV, good TVs.
Yeah, lots of good TV.
Drink of the month. What are you drinking?
Ooh,
what you drinking?
Okay.
Why are you laughing?
So, I kind of want to like start training my palate for some darker beer in Ireland.
Okay.
So like,
do you drink Guinness at all?
No, I don't.
It's not dark beer. Like I don't like. It's physically dark. Yes.
No, I don't. I guess dark isn't like thick. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like a
stout?
Yeah, like a stout. Like, I do not drink stouts. Point blank. So, I kind of want to start, like, easing myself.
Okay.
So, when I get over there, I don't drink something and just make a face and be that girl.
Insult them?
Yeah. I want to be able to I want to be able to split the G.
Yeah. I promise, like, Guinness is not, like, it's physically dark, but it is not Taste Dark.
Taste Dark.
Yeah.
It always just looks so...
I know it looks so foreboding.
It does. It looks like
a stout. It does look like a stout.
Yeah.
But it's really like... It's really light, actually. Like, you don't trust me, but I'm
so hesitant to trust that. Because it looks so dark.
It does, but it's like... And it's not like thick, and it's not like heavy.
Oh,
it's good.
Okay.
But we'll work on that with you. Yeah.
That's the goal.
I like that goal.
Yeah. What about you?
I don't know.
So many drinks.
There's so many drinks. The other day I made a Coke float at home and I was really proud of myself. Ooh. And I was like, Kristen, you can just make this whenever you want.
So true.
It's like when
you don't have to wait being a downer.
Exactly. And it's like I'm an adult and I have a car and my own money and I can just
go to the grocery store, get a Coke, get some ice cream.
Yeah, I shouldn't do it that often, but
it's fair.
I do love a good Coke float.
Nice. That's solid. That's solid.
Yes.
Okay, what did you read in January? I had to think about what month it was because January was forever. So it's like,
let me get out my pretty.
I didn't bring mine. What am I doing with my life?
What an amateur here.
Oh my god. I had some good notes in it too.
Reading journal from the Quirky Cup Collective.
Oh, go buy it.
Go buy it.
It'll change your
life. It's in Australia.
It's so fun.
We read our School for Good and Evil. Mm-hmm. I read Wish You Were Here, our book of the month for this month. Book club book of the month for this month.
Didn't mean to roll my eyes so much. Somebody worked hard on that book.
They did. And you'll get to hear more about that in the next episode. But the books that I really liked, I read A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed. Have you heard of that before? Mm-hmm. It's really good. That's the only one I gave 5 stars this past month.
Okay.
And it's kind of like dark academia-like-esque.
Okay.
And then I read What the River Knows, that book we got.
Oh, yeah.
That was really good. I really liked it. It's by Isabel Ibanez, and it's like in Egypt, and I love Egypt, so. Mm-hmm. And I also finished Elsie Silver's Hopeless. I read the last book there. It was my least favorite.
Is that the brother?
No, that's the military. The last brother.
Yeah, the military. Oh, sorry, the military.
You said the brother, and they're all brothers.
I'm sorry. In my mind, he was just so removed. He was like that brother.
And I'm just like not a military girly.
That wasn't my favorite one either. That's probably my least favorite one.
It was my least favorite one.
Yeah.
I did not. And like she's like so young. It was just a lot of things I didn't like.
Yeah.
And then I read a Frida McFadden book, Ward D, to like cleanse a palate.
Nice.
And that one was actually good. I don't always like her books.
Nice.
And that one was good.
Very nice.
What did you read?
I read...
Without your reading journal.
Without my reading journal. I read all of Once Upon a Broken Heart.
Yes.
Series.
10 out of 10, right?
So good.
Fantastic.
Wish I could reread it again. I mean, I can, but I wish I could reread it for the first time again.
Yeah.
I read Onyx Storm in 24 hours. It was hard. That's
a big book with big margins.
I didn't do
small margins.
I didn't do any work that day.
Oh, you read during work too?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, I did. I was like, I logged into some meetings and I took the meetings and then afterwards I would just go right back to reading.
It's reading time. I'm only 250 pages in. I'm like halfway.
It's a beast
of
a book. But yeah, I read that and then the book club book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then Spectacular. So I read a couple of. I'm turning along on that goal.
Yeah.
I feel like we're doing good.
Yeah, we just gotta keep. I think January's usually really good. It's like you get to the summer months where we're doing things, and that's when I tank.
Kind of out and about.
Yeah.
That's fair.
High and low of the month in January.
The low's definitely the weather. It's been cold, and I know we're probably just so not used to it in the South. So you're like, oh, it was only whatever. And you only got a couple inches of snow. It sucked.
It was 17 degrees at one point.
It sucked for days.
For days.
We didn't get above freezing for days. And I cannot live like that. I cannot live like that. It really solidified. It's been the coldest January I feel in a long time.
I would agree.
The harshest winter we've had in a while for Georgia standards.
Yeah.
And it just solidified that I could not live
in the
north.
Yeah.
At all.
I love snow, so I was happy when it snowed, but then when it wasn't snowing, I didn't want it to be cold.
Oh, yeah. But even, like, after the snow stopped falling and the snow just stayed on the ground, I was like, could you leave?
Could you melt? You can't melt because it's freezing.
Because it's freezing! It was there for days! Oh, it was awful. I hated it so much. So that was the low of my month.
Not to be dramatic, but...
the high was when the snow melted. Bye, snow.
Snow be gone.
Snow be gone.
My high, we went to Savannah.
Oh, yeah.
And that was she's like, no snow. And I'm like, time with friends. We went to Savannah with some friends for just like a short weekend.
It was fun.
And it was really fun. It was like the perfect amount of time. I feel like in Savannah, we were like walking distance to everything. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it was just nice to be with friends.
Yeah. It snowed the next week in Savannah.
It did.
I'm so glad we were not there for that.
It snowed more there. It didn't snow here at all.
We would have been tripping up on that cobblestone like nobody's been. We wouldn't have been able to walk anywhere.
No.
I would have just busted my butt.
Yeah. Like 10 times.
Would have been awful.
10 times. Low of the month. See, I didn't mind the snow, so I'm not going to say snow. Because I love snow. I don't like the cold, but I love snow. I don't think I had too many lows.
That's nice. That's good for January.
I know. I like kept busy. What? But I was booked and busy. Yes, yes. Yeah, I don't think I'm a happy clam.
Nice.
Yes, yes.
That's solid for February. I mean for January. What are you looking forward to reading?
Onyx Storm. I want to finish Onyx Storm, obviously. Very excited for that.
Nice.
And then I feel like that's the main one.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any, like I have a ton on my TBR, don't you worry, that I'll have to keep reading. But that's like the big, like, one looming over me, I think.
Yeah.
What about you now that that's done?
Well, I get to pick, so I have that same reading journal, and there's like a TBR section, and I went through the other night, and I wrote down every single physical book that I have not read.
What was the total, Spencer?
It was like 43 books. It's outrageous. It's like, that's uncalled. I was just like so ashamed of myself. I was like, this is uncalled for. So I'm really looking forward to reading a physical book at my house. I don't even care which one it is. I need to start
Cut it down.
I need to start cutting that down.
That's half your reading goal.
I was like, I could get half my reading goal and not even buy a book.
Yeah, but like, the thing is like,
stuff comes out, I want to read it.
Yes, and I'm also a mood reader, so like I mostly have like a bunch of like fantasy on my shelf.
Yeah,
but if I don't want to read fantasy, I have to go buy a book or use Kindle Unlimited. That's helpful too.
Yeah, Kindle Unlimited is pretty clutch. There's some good stuff on there too.
There is.
Yeah,
I'm impressed by that.
But yeah, so really, I'm just looking forward to reading any physical book in my house. Don't care what it is.
I believe in you.
I'm just gonna start
pulling them off the shelf. Love that for you. Well, now we are done with the rapid questions and on to our questions of the month, which change every month. So my question for you is, do rereads count toward a reading goal? So
I think it's such an interesting question because in my mind, like last year when I was doing my reading goal, I'm getting like more into using like some of those apps, you know, Hey Goodreads, but I started using Storygraph, and I wasn't logging a reread because like last year I reread Fourth Wing before Iron Flame came out, and I reread something else. I can't remember. Oh, I think I reread ACOTAR last year for when we were doing it. I forget.
Oh yeah. We last year did all of ACOTAR.
Yeah. And last year I was not counting rereads in my like total because I was just like, I already read this book. It doesn't count.
And you're like fully rereading. You're not just like skimming.
Yeah. No, I can't. My brain doesn't. I can't. I gotta go in fully. But I wasn't counting them. But then I realized you could record the reread in Storygraph, and I think Goodreads too. On like in the app, and it shows right now that I have reread Iron because I reread in January I reread Iron Flame, and I reread because I listened to it.
Oh, that's right.
I listened,
and we do count lit audios.
Yeah, I listened to it, and I reread Fourth Wing because you can just get through Fourth Wing in like.
It's not 700 pages.
Yeah. And so I like logged them again, and it says that they're a part of my goal.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh, I felt like I was cheating. I was like, this seems wrong. Because it's not a new book.
But you are spending time reading, so that makes sense.
That's true.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I reread Iron Flame. I reread Fourth Wing.
So you've actually read like 7 books this year.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. What's your favorite bookstore?
Okay. I love bookstores.
Mm-hmm.
The most accessible bookstore for me, though, is Barnes & Noble. And I will grab a hot chocolate and walk around Barnes & Noble on a rainy day and be
absolutely
happy as a clam.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do think the indie bookstores are very important. There's not a ton
around us at all.
Around us. The best one that's, like, established is in Decatur. It's, like, Little Shop of Stories.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're ever in Decatur, go to that one. And then there is one in Johns Creek that I've been to once. It does, like, new and old. And I think it's just Johns Creek bookshop.
Okay.
And they host events and things like that. So I might try and go to that more often.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, there's all these cute ones they open up. They're, like, romance bookstores and, like, fantasy bookstores. And, like, we should open one up.
I mean, don't start me with a good idea.
But what about you? Do you have a favorite bookstore?
I would say the one that I go to most often is Barnes & Noble. Because there aren't a lot of small ones here.
Yeah.
I would say I've enjoyed any bookstore that we've gone to
when
abroad.
We travel.
Yeah. It's always when we travel when we find them. I don't know what it is about Georgia where I'm just like, where's all the bookstores? But when we travel, I feel like we run into a lot of them.
Well, I feel like they are, and to be fair, Atlanta's just, like, so spread out. Like, I think that they exist.
People aren't walking into a bookstore.
They exist in smaller towns. So, like,
yeah.
Decatur has one. Like, downtown Decatur is its own cute little, like, enclosed thing. And, so Charleston had a really cute one.
I feel like we've seen one in, like, when we were in New England, like, there were bookstores there.
Yeah.
And it was, like, smaller.
Oh, yeah,
we
walked in Boston, we walked into one. And, that was near a college campus. And,
that's true.
I think that it's the setting, you know? And, right now where I'm sitting, like, we're in, like, the suburbs of Atlanta. And so you get a big box store, not a cute little downtown bookstore. But I love a cute little downtown bookstore.
Yeah. I like the bookstore that we went to in Paris.
The Shakespeare & Co.
Yeah. It was
English bookstore.
Yeah. It was just a cute little...
Yeah, wall-to-wall books. Very cute, very cute.
Yeah.
Very popular.
Well, I think that's wrapping it up.
I think that's it. That's the bookish life we've lived in January for 31 days.
Longest
month of our lives.
It was just so long.
It was. But we're here on the other side in February, coming to you live.
Love it. Here for it.
Love it.
And until next time, when we're talking about our book of the month from January, which was Wish You Were Here by Renee Carlino.
Yes.
Yep.
Not the other one.
Yes, there are two.
There are two.
Don't make the mistake that our friend did.
Yeah.
We'll see you then.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.